Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining a lovely morning meeting. I really struggle with the night time, so I thought I was going to start a thing of monthly meetings in the morning for those of us that actually prefer a morning session. So what I'm going to do is just share a few different tips and tricks on how I use my scanner, because I find whenever I talk to other people, we all use it so differently, right? Like we can be so creative with it and use it in so many different ways. So I'll just share just a few other little ways that I'm using it that you may not already currently be using a scanner. And then it's just open up for Q&A. So you can just throw any questions at me that you like, and, we'll answer them. So some of the fun ways I love using my scanner, which I have shared before, but for those of you that are new and I haven't shared a bit, I'm just going to put mute, Michelle, you're making noise, is to actually use the scanner for your intentions. Like it's so powerful for your intentions. Like I know there's all this great physical stuff that we can do with our scanners. It's wonderful, but we can also really create our goals and our dreams and our desires with our scanner. So every single new moon, without a doubt, because I choose the new moon because that has extra manifesting power of what you want to bring in, but you could just pick the first of the month or whatever it is that suits you. And I like to actually just do a month ahead at a time. What do I want to bring in? And I write it in present tense of like, I am, I have, I feel, I am grateful for, as if I already have it. And so I put in there things about how I want to feel about my health in my physical body. I put things in there about how I want to be in my relationships with others as well. I put in things that I actually want to manifest. So, and I'm very specific about what I want to manifest. I don't just say I'm abundant and money is flowing to me. Like it's like, okay, well, yeah, cool. But how are you abundant and how is that money flowing to you? When you're specific, the universe can conspire to give that to you. So I'm very specific, and I actually have every month I say that I'm so grateful for the 3 new QLAs that have joined my team. I pretty much have 3 every single month, usually sometimes even 4 or 5. I don't manifest for more. I don't manifest for 10 because I know that the onboarding process of looking after people back and forth for a bit, they need a bit more care in the beginning, and I don't have the bandwidth to look after 10. So I know I've got the bandwidth to look after 3 or 4. And so that's what I manifest for, because when they need that extra bit of help for the first month or 2, that's all I can actually cope with. But I put that in there and I get it month after month after month. I put it in there to, when I launch my programs, that I want 10 people in my bioresonance program. I always get it. Like, even this last one I'm doing now with Sandra and Amanda, for ages I was stuck on 3 and I always get 10 so easily. And I'm like, what's going on? I put it in the scanner. I ended up with 13, right? It just happened last minute. So, the scanner is really great if you want stuff, right, to actually put in very specific goals of what you actually have. So how many clients a week do you want to pull in? How many things do you want to pull into your business? If you're wanting money in abundance, how is that actually coming to you? You don't want to be manifesting for, I'm so grateful for $10,000. Where's the $10,000 coming from? If you can actually break it down and work out where that money is actually coming from, in how many clients or spots in the program, or bundles you're selling, or whatever it is, depending on how you work, then it will be much more specific. And because you've got that in your device under the target, you can actually send energy clearing to it, right? So do an energy clearing on your intentions so that you're clearing any negative energy away from it. I've got a self-sabotage playlist that I play, and I'll play that to it. So if there's any self-sabotage programs running around, whatever it is I want to bring in, that gets cleared. I can share that in the group with you girls. Then I go through and I make up a very specific playlist for that month for me, like for my manifesting. It's my intentions playlist, right? So obviously you don't just want abundance, wealth and success, prosperity stuff in there if you've got health goals and relationship goals. So look through your health goals of what you're wanting to bring in, and your relationship ones and everything that's on your list, and make up a playlist specific to that. So maybe you need self-confidence and stuff, but maybe your health goal is to lose weight and you're going to add weight control in it. Maybe you're tired all the time and you want more energy or an adrenal thyroid support, right? So you're going to make up your playlist specifically matching whatever it is in that intentions list. Does that make sense? And go through and play that. You can also, I use muscle testing as a kinesiologist, so I can find like very specific ones that my body actually needs. And I find after a week or two, if I re-muscle test my list, some things have changed and I don't need them anymore. I flick them off and I'll re-muscle test a new one. But what you can do if you don't know how to do self-muscle testing is we have the great little scan button on the scanner, right? So you just get into the Cephi and you pull your intentions up as the target and go through all the different sections, you know, that it allows of the quantum reach, quantum affirmations, and the flower essences and everything, and scan it and see what the scanner is detecting as an issue of whatever the frequency is that you need for your intentions. And then you can add those to a playlist. Does that make sense? Seriously, do it. Watch your lives change. Just
Where do you put, sorry, I'll wait till the end. I've got a few questions.
Yeah, no, go for it, Ali.
So are you putting that in spaces and objects?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
You write it down, take a photo of it, and then put it in spaces and objects. And then I write in the description, because I do theta healing and I'm always talking to creator. I literally say, thank you, creator. It is done. It is done. It is done. You know, so just as my little prayer, but you can write whatever it is that you want in the description to bring it in to make sure it's all just happens in the highest and best way.
Okay. All right. So you write it down, take a picture of it, put it in spaces and objects, and in description, put a little prayer in of how great you are. Right. Okay, cool. That sounds fun.
Super fun. And it really, 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 really works. It is just mind-blowing how much it works.
That's awesome, Belle. I love that.
And I use the scanner to clear my business, to clear my website, to clear my Facebook, to clear my Instagram. So I've got photos of all of my business pages in my spaces and objects, and I go through and do energy clearing on it and then send like love frequencies to it and things like that. Because the thing is, you know, when we're on social media, some people can look at us and, we can get psychic attack. There's some people that are going to look at us and quite frankly, judge us and not like us. That happens. But you can also have people that actually look up to you and respect you and envy you. But those envy, jealousy vibrations also still send you psychic attack, right? They do. It's just the way energy works. So I regularly go and clear the energy of my website and my Facebook and Instagram pages and just send it lots and lots of love frequencies. So that's just going out to the universe, to everyone as well. So there's so many ways you can be creative with your scanner.
Well, if you do that, how long do you run it for?
I just it just depends on intuitively what I feel. Like if I've been onto it and doing it regularly, I'll just do like sometimes a 2-minute broadcast or leave it on for 2 minutes. Sometimes if I feel like there's been a bit of a bad bajuju and I'm stuck and, you know, there's some sort of stuckness, I'll just I can do continuous broadcast and leave it overnight and just let it have a real energy clearing. Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Does anyone else have any more questions? I've got itchy as nose today. No? Yeah, so try that. So if you're feeling a bit stuck in your goals and your businesses and things like that, have a place. Spaces and objects is just awesome. It literally doesn't have to be a physical space or object that you put in there, but you can literally put anything in there and send frequencies to it. Things like the Cephi dots. You can take a photo of your client's Cephi dot and, you can resend it frequencies to charge it up, things like that. Like spaces and objects is very, very, very cool of what you can do. As a kinesiologist, I've been using the quantum reach to actually send, flower essences, crystals, whatever remedies test up in a session, broadcasting to my client in online sessions, which is amazing. Like there's, so much you can do with it. That's just not the normal scan and optimize, situation. The other thing I love doing with the Cephis is I love supercharging things. So I use Arbonne anti-aging skincare, but now I also imprint it with like Youth Eternal and Cellular Restore. I used to have psoriasis issues and I just would imprint the psoriasis stuff into my shampoo. If my teeth and gums are playing up, I imprint teeth and gum frequencies into my toothpaste and my mouthwash. Like the possibilities are endless if you just get creative and step out of the box. Like I use my scanner all day, every day for everything. Like it's just always going and it's my best friend and I try all these different ways of using it. And my health, my well-being, my relationships, my everything has changed so much the last 2 years. So I just really urge you to use it more and more and more, and just have these high vibrational frequencies in your life in so many different ways than just to scan and optimize. You know how great that is.
Quick question while you're on that. When you're imprinting your toothpaste and face creams and shampoos and things, does that just stay in there, or do you need to come back and re-imprint it later?
You need to come back and re-imprint it later. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
How long?
I tested it and I find it lasts about 6 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, but I always thought when you imprint stuff like you know we do our water with it has to be glass. So if you're doing toothpaste and stuff, how does that work? Do you have to do it through the tube or?
Yep, I just do it in through the tube. I don't think that it has to be glass. I think it was recommended
Okay.
to be glass, but
I think the glass thing was more for supplements. You know, when we're taking the frequency off the supplement and putting it
Yep.
into the scanner, I think that's where the glass thing comes from rather than imprinting into other things. Because Lauren will also say you can imprint your glasses and rings and what have you. So I think the actual shot glass reference comes from adding supplements in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought it
I was the same. I'm like, if you can imprint a necklace or you imprint your credit card or your purse with abundance frequencies, why can't I imprint my toothpaste or my shampoo?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. I think they just say that imprints can hold for 4 to 6 weeks generally, unless there's some bad, stressful situation. So if you're holding the tube of toothpaste and you're having a big fight with your partner or something and you've got some anger vibes going in there, I'm sure it'll probably knock the frequency out, right? But a little bit of time you touch it and put it down, I can't imagine it's going to really knock it out too much. Like that's what they say about the crystals on the body. It's like, over time, because of our negative energy and the things that happen, that's what actually fades it out, because it absorbs the negative energy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make sense? Yeah.
Yep.
Does anyone else have any questions about anything?
I just want to start playing with that now.
Yeah, me too. I think it's great if you keep going with the hints, Belle, and then we can just jump in as we have questions, because this is so awesome.
I don't know if I've got any more for today. That were my 15 minutes of hints that I came up with.
That brain going.
It's just super though, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's so true, isn't it? That it's just you're only limited by how creative you want to be with regard to it. And it's really just about sitting down and playing with it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's just so creative. Like, you think of like any ailment or anything that you have that you want to change, and there'll be some way that the scanner can do it for sure. Like, it's amazing.
Can I ask then, so I've not really played with the spaces and objects. I've done a couple of things with it. I've done my little boy's bedroom when he wasn't well, and I cleared the energy and imprinted stuff in, and I've done the house, but other than that, I haven't really played with the spaces and objects. So I'm really interested in this. This sounds amazing, Belle. So when you're talking about like setting your intentions and then putting that into, like, that's really out there. So intentions, so if I write down like 5 intentions or 5 goals or 5 end results that I want, and then just take a picture of that.
Yeah, I mean, why limit it to 5? I do about 20. I fill a whole A4 page. I'm grateful for this, I have this, and I literally go nuts on a whole A4 page, because I'm also a Reiki practitioner. I draw Reiki symbols all around it as well, because why not? So if you've got other things that you do, you can totally add that in and be creative.
Yes.
You could put some, if you're a crystal person or an oil person, you could put some of those around the edge of it before you take the photo and have the vibration of that in it. Like, you can just be so creative with the spaces and objects. So you can also put like spaces and objects. You can put like people in there. So, if you've got a partner or something like that, you can put a photo of you and your partner in there, and then, write Ellie and whatever your partner's name is, and, all your intentions in the description of what you want the relationship to be: fun, understanding, supportive, passionate, intimate, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you can do a playlist for, I've done this with the guy that I'm seeing. So and then I've got a BB playlist, because his name's Brett, B&B playlist. And there's frequencies of all the yummy stuff that I want in our relationship that I send us. as a couple. And it's really interesting. We went away at Christmas time and it was all just peace, love and mung beans. Everything was amazing. And then on day 6, there was a snippy, hangry moment of something, like a glimmer of tension. It wasn't even a fight, like it was just a glimmer of tension. And yeah, he had a very tense energy. And so I just got my phone out and put the frequencies on. And anyway, we drove down to the beach and all of a sudden it was like nothing ever happened. It was just all loving and happy and amazing. I was like, God, that's just worked so quickly. That's so wonderful. So yeah, the possibilities are amazing of like the things that you can send frequencies to, like have fun in spaces and objects. My spaces and objects is full of so many different things.
Love that.
Yeah. So like I said, any events, any programs, your website, like go nuts with all your business stuff, any relationships that need harmony, like maybe it's a picture of you and your mum, if you've got a relationship with your mum or whatever it is, you know, you create beautiful frequencies around anything, any person, any situation, any business.
You know what
love
I
that
did
so
once
much,
with that?
Belle.
I was getting the plane, remember from Day of Discovery, my flight was delayed and they said, oh, at least half an hour with engineering works and the potential to cancel it. So I actually took a photo of the plane and sent it frequency, and in half an hour we were ready to board. I was
I
like,
love that.
"Ooh."
Awesome. That is so cool.
Yeah, so I need to use it more. That's awesome, Belle.
Yeah.
Thank
And I
you
mean,
for
even like
coming
traveling,
on.
like as soon as we checked into that hotel at the Mantra, I was like, oh, it doesn't feel good in here. I took a photo of the room and just started sending it energy clearing and love frequencies like straight away. So it's a really good tool when you're traveling, that's for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
great idea with the plane. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's super.
How big can we go?
You can go
'Cause
big.
I do some work on an island in Vanuatu, which I've got to go and restyle the rooms. Can I do the whole island?
Of course you can.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that's cool. Okay, yeah, that should be very interesting because I need to go and restyle every room and shop for the rooms and change the frequency of the whole place. So I'll just do each individual room and then do the island as a whole.
You can totally
Or-
do we could do you could do each individual room if you want each individual room to have different frequencies, but if you're just doing a hotel or resort or whatever it is you're talking about whole, you can just actually take a photo of the whole actual outside of the resort and in that frequencies.
What about the aerial shot of the island? Because each individual, this is the aerial shot.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Fabulous. That's just going to increase my quota heaps.
Really
I really needed to get on today. It was beautiful. Thank you.
like the love and the gratitude frequencies are like
nice.
vibrational frequencies that you can use in the
and abundance and having happy house guests and joy and those different things, which is good. It'll work out amazing.
like relationship enhancement, that's always a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and children being happy, and happiness for the children that are there. Yeah, that should be next level. Yeah.
Chakras are great to add in there because that encompasses so much of the characteristics of that chakra.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just do a specific playlist for the island, and then I'll do a specific playlist for each individual rooms and balancing. What about water energies? Because sometimes we have there's a lot of water underneath the island, but sometimes water takes away energies. So how would I rebalance water?
Water enhances energy, right? And like have you got Dr. Mazuro Emoto, how he's got so look how much water actually loves holding on to frequencies. Like you send frequencies to that water and you're going to have those pretty dancing snowflakes dancing around in the water around that whole island, and it's going to be amazing. And don't forget then to use the scan feature, right? So put a photo of the whole aerial shot in and scan, and that'll come up with some flower essences and some things that are suggesting that it actually needs to help clear it as well.
Okay, that's very cool. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Work out and just see what comes up.
Yeah, and just do what the island needs or do what each room needs. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
So anyone else?
What we're all doing today.
Having a good time. Yeah.
Well, I have a question.
Yes, Maria.
I tried this the other day with a friend. We were doing a Zoom call and I thought I'd try something. I'm not sure whether it worked or not, but I was trying to send her some frequencies to imprint over the computers, over the internet. So she put a glass of water on her screen and I clicked imprint. Now, would that have worked?
Are you trying to imprint the homeopathics?
Yes, into her, that ones that popped up that she needed for supplements.
So what you would need to do is load the homeopathics onto her profile, do an
Yeah,
easy,
they were.
yeah, and
I
then
did
you do,
that.
and then you do the easy scan so it selects the 6 that she needs.
Yes, and
Then
that's what I did. And then, so she had her computer screen flat, and then I clicked on each
So
one,
she,
imprint.
so she would be doing it. So she gets emailed the report of the easy scan. She
No,
would,
I had her easy scan report on my computer.
yeah, I understand what
Okay.
you're saying, sweetheart. That's not going to work. So what you need to
Okay.
do is you need to email her the easy scan report, which is the right-hand corner button. So then she will receive the email. She will
Yeah.
click on the link and an exact replica that you're looking at
Okay.
will open up for her on her side. And then she will get her phone or
Yep.
or whatever, and then she will press imprint and do the glass of water.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she needs to do it for herself. You can't
All
actually.
right. I
her.
wasn't sure. I said, oh, we'll try it. You never know. So, yep, that's
Yeah,
fine. Thanks for that.
definitely wouldn't have worked. And if it's a laptop, right? If you
Yep.
think about it, once you press play, the fractal amplifier's on. You don't
Yep.
have to have the laptop flat. You don't have to have whatever it is underneath it. You just put this is the side of the laptop,
Ah,
put the glass to the side, and
yeah.
the frequency is going to go through it. So frequencies don't have to come from under. They can just go in any which way. So I've got heavy water bottles that if I sit it on the screen just
Yeah, will crack.
does crazy things. So I just
Yeah.
hold it up against.
Oh,
So
thank
doing
you
a
for
second
that.
stuck to my leg or something, I just grab my scanner and put it up to my leg and just energy clear it and re-imprint it, right? So just
Yeah.
anything up
Oh,
against
yep.
it and it'll work. It doesn't have to be on.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, easy.
Thanks.
Good question. Does anyone else have any questions? No more questions today? No? Okay.
I think you've given us lots to think about, Belle. So we're all sort of like, whoa.
Yeah, whoa, so much going on. What do I do? Yeah, I got so much to do.
But I think there's a couple of questions in the chat.
Yeah,
Is
there's
there?
a few in
I'm
the chat. I'm just
sorry,
looking
I'm
for them.
really terrible. I never look at the chat. I just like people to just actually open their mouths and talk to me.
Okay.
Let me go through and have a look. Oh, where is the chat? I can't even see the chat.
One of them is, have you got it, Belle? Because I can read
No,
it.
can you read it? I'm just don't do the chat. I'm just
No, that's all right, honey.
narrative.
Okay, so from Kristen, will the whole tube of toothpaste imprint even if only part of it is on your screen?
Yes, correct. It'll go up through the whole thing. Definitely.
Okay, the next question was, how many spaces can you send/run frequencies at once?
One at a time. Oh, you can run up to 15 frequencies in a playlist, but you can only send to one object at a time, if that makes sense. Unless you take photos of a whole bunch of things at once. So what I did was I took a photo of my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and my website page. And then I went into, the photo editor thing that you can do. And I did a collage and put all of them together. And then I put that as, a business clearing thing in my spaces and objects. So then I'm just doing all 3 of those at once and I don't have to do it separately. Does that make sense? So if you're wanting to do a similar thing, like similar vibe of things, just create a photo collage and put that in your space as an object.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking something like that, like if you've got a vision board or something, you could just put your vision board in and then, because everything's on your vision board, right? So
my vision board's in the scanner as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did Tammy's vision board course recently, so I need to get that done. And now I'm thinking, right, once that's done, it's going in the scanner.
Yeah, well, I used to always do the
Awesome.
cutting magazines out glue vision boards, but now the way we can digitally do things, it's so much easier to just screenshot pictures of things that you like, and you just make a collage and I just do a digital vision board, and then I've screenshotted that and put that in my spaces and objects. So you can whip them up so much quicker, and then you can edit them if you achieve something, flick it off and put the next one on, and yeah. So I haven't done an old school glue and magazine one for like 2 years now, I reckon. Is that what Tammy teaches?
Yeah, the one that we did was digital. Yeah.
Oh, it was digital. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It was and it was really interesting. It was lovely. It was a really good course. I enjoyed it. So because I'm not a vision board person, I'm a bit like, oh, why do I want to sit and cut everything out, and I don't know what I want. So yeah, it was good, really enjoyable.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, and now it's going in the scanner.
Yes, it will be.
Along with the toothpaste and the bright and the supplements and
Yep.
I think the nice thing about this, Belle, is that you've shown a lot of us that aren't practitioners per se. We don't have the medical knowledge. We don't want to be running vitals. We don't want to be showing people comprehensive scans, and for people that want to use it in different ways, this has been amazing, because we can use it in these ways for clients as well, but get the most of it for ourselves too. So because I don't want to offer comprehensive scans to people, I'm not medically trained, and people always come back with lots of questions that, you know, what's this, what's that, and you kind of like, you know, kangaroo in headlights. So yeah, I just don't offer those. But to have this extra, like, we know, right? We know this is available. We're just not utilizing it. So that's amazing. I love what you do with the scanner, and that's why I love that you did this call this morning for us, because you just use this in so many unique ways that some of us just go, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you so much for doing this morning. It's been really helpful.
Oh, pleasure, honey. And,
Amazing.
you know, like with the comprehensive, it doesn't have to be that scary and daunting. So when I do that for clients, I don't do a full comprehensive of everything start to finish with everything that's overloaded with information. I use comprehensive on very targeted things that we're actually working on. So I won't share any of my client stuff, but I'll share a couple of ways that I've used it for myself. So when I came back from Bali last year, and, you know, I was at the start of a new relationship and we had way too much intimacy time, and I came back with a very bad UTI, and I had blood. And so I literally was just scanning and optimizing. I just deselected all, and I just scanned and optimized my kidneys, right? Again and again and again, probably 5 times in a day. I went to body systems, deselected all, and just did the urinary system. And I imprinted some Cephi dots and stuck them one on each kidney. Now, I was better in a day. I had a client of mine who's a nurse who had a urinary tract infection at the same time, and she said it took her 2 weeks on antibiotics to get rid of it. She couldn't believe it got rid of it. I had a sore shoulder that was playing up, so and my neck, so I deselected all. I just did neck and spine and shoulder stuff. I got rid of it in a couple of days. So, you know, if you've got something going on in a certain area, and like say from working on a client and they've got gut issues or liver issues or whatever it is they're going on, I deselect all and I just keep scanning and optimizing that section, and I only focus on that section. I don't even know what half the shit means. I really don't. I know some stuff, like, you know, as a kinesiologist, I've done a certain level of anatomy and physiology. I know some stuff, but by no means am I like a nurse with a huge amount of knowledge. But I like to just map out and follow where all the red and orange dots were and how it's optimizing back into green and blue. And that's what I show the clients of, you know, I don't know what the so duct and valve and all that little bits is, but I just look at the, say, liver as a whole and look at how at the start of optimizing all that stuff, there was a heaps and heaps of orange and red dots. And then at the end of us doing lots of optimizations, you know, whether it's a week later or a month later, depending the kind of package I have them on, then it's actually shifted and changed. And they can see just that all of a sudden it's gone from, you know, 70% away from good function down to 20 or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So you can simplify it and use it in a way that's not super scary. And, you know, if you've got stuff going on yourself, I really urge you to go to those specific sections, deselect all, and just run the what's going on for you. You know, also when I was in Bali in August last year, I had a receding gum tooth pain situation happening. And so I just grabbed the tooth things and I just kept scanning and optimizing, scanning and optimizing, scanning and optimizing that section and sent a bit of frequencies. 3 days later, I was completely better and it hasn't come back since. So, you know, it's really great to just be specific and go to body systems and go to the comprehensive and just scan and optimize regularly those things that you're actually having an issue with or your client is having an issue with in that moment. Does that make sense? So you can totally look at it in a very different way, you know, of having to try and interpret everything. And, you know, like even when I go through vitals with my clients, I love to go get out of easy scan because that's just showing the worst of the worst. And I go into the vitals and I show them the previous and I show them the current and I go, and I just break down sections. Okay, this is your, you know, nutritional, this is your this is your bacterias. Look here, you had like 11 bacteria showing up before you were optimized. Now you've only got 2. Look at your parasites. Before optimization, you had 20 parasites. Now you've got 3. I break it down. I don't know what each individual parasite does. I've no idea. And it's great that you can click the button and read about some of it, but I don't look at it like that. I grab sections as a whole and I go, look at what it was and look at what it is now. Wow, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I do if I'm doing a demo for someone for them to purchase the subscription to be able to have the technology, because I show them, you know, you can be doing this yourself twice a day, scanning and optimizing and looking at all these red and orange dots going down to green and blue. How fantastic is that? Just keep it simple. Only explain things to the level that you're at, right? So you don't have to break everything down. You don't have to be a nurse or a doctor or understand everything to be able to utilize more out of the scanner. So yeah, don't try and let fear, I think, stop you from some of that stuff, because it is really amazing when you are working with physical stuff to go down that road, but you don't have to interpret it. Does that make sense, Joe? Yeah. Was there any more questions in the chat, Joe?
No questions.
More questions? Anyone else got any last questions before we finish up? No. Okay, good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure, lovelies. Also, I just wanted to share, I just shared in the group this morning that there is going to be a very fun and exciting retreat in Bali in May, the 16th to the 21st of May. And we've booked like just a really, really, really beautiful place, hide out the entire place. So it's just all ours. And I'm very excited to be co-facilitating that with Beck. So I'm going to be sharing Kundalini yoga, meditations, and some subconscious belief transformational stuff. And Beck is going to be doing some really amazing business training. So it's going to be really about like, let's focus on your biz and building and growing. But then obviously it's going to bring up fear, fraud, not good enough, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be doing subconscious belief energy work to help clear that away, to really like lift you up and elevate you. And we're also going to be doing a very exciting secret day excursion for connection and building and stuff as well. So it's all accommodation, all meals, all of our gifts and talents, everything included. And it's literally less than what I charge on a normal retreat here for a weekend. So we're literally just covering costs just to help you guys, you know, build and grow. So I really hope that some of you would like to come. Beck is still away at the moment, so I will be taking bookings. So if anyone wants to book the room options that are on there, there's like 1 or 2 available of each one. So I've already had 2 people book in this morning. So yeah, get in touch with me to let me know what room option you want to choose, or if you've got any other questions about the retreat or anything else that you want to know, or if you've got any more questions about today that pop up later, you can put them in the chat group and tag me, and I'll get back to it in between clients. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for joining me this morning.
Yeah, thanks, Belle.
Thanks, Belle. Appreciate it so much.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure.
You all have a great day.
Everyone have a good day. Bye.
Bye.